What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a good day. Big day in the markets today. Interest rate announcement is this afternoon. We'll see how that goes. Plus Boston Blockchain Week. I'll be attending that later today. And then Terra Classic news and another hack, this time with an algorithmic market maker company for $160 million. Give you all the details on that later. So don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at bencryptoshow. And let's dive in. So, yeah, the big news, as I mentioned, interest rates. So, usually around 4 p.m. Eastern, it comes out. They're expecting 75 basis points. Could be 100, probably going to be 75 basis points. The last two times the interest rate announcement has come out, the market has risen, but the inflation numbers came out last week, and then the market kind of nuked a little bit. As you remember, inflation was sort of a mixed bag. The numbers had gone down from the last 2 months, so that was good. That would indicate inflation is kind of coming under control more, but the expected increase was actually larger than expected. They were expecting numbers to be about 2.2% lower than they came in, and they came in 0.2% higher. So they did not meet expectations, but it is improving on a month-to-month basis. So that's a mixed bag. Plus, gas prices fell last month considerably, so when you look at the real inflation number, taking out gas, it was even higher / worse than expected. So it was a mixed bag. The market semi-nuked, not full nuked, semi-nuked. That's where we are today, but I think it'll definitely be a 75 basis point hike. I don't think the market's going to react too much. It might stay the same, it might go up a little. I don't know. We will see. How's the market done so far today? Pretty flat. Bitcoin up 2%, Ethereum up 1%, everything flat, not much there. Boston Blockchain Week, this is this week. It starts this afternoon. I'll be going to this. As I said before, it's the small, medium-sized conferences that can have a positive effect on the market. The big conferences generally tank the market. There's just too many eyes on them, too much attention, too many media articles written. It just makes panic sellers nervous. But a small, medium-sized conference like this, where you meet people, discussions start happening, developments start happening, activity is sparked, then that's the kind of stuff, the activity that raises the market. That is what we're looking for. So there's definitely some people looking forward to seeing here. Hopefully I'll get some guests on the show from this event, maybe later on next week or the week after. Looking forward to that. And the bigger question, when will the bear market end? So we don't really know. I would say maybe like a month and a half, 2 months would be my ballpark guess right now. One thing we're not seeing, which isn't so good, but we're not seeing any random institutional buys. Like there's been no days where you just wake up and then crypto is just up for no reason, up 5%. Then you look at it and then it looks like there was an institutional buy for $100, $200, $300 million. Usually you start to see that kind of stuff towards the end of the bear market, because the institutional players are realizing, okay, the market's been too low too long. We got to get our money in now before the market starts going up. But in the 3.5 months of the bear market, we haven't seen that happen once. Now, there's not too much panic selling going on either. A little bit. There was a little bit last week after interest rates. There was a little bit 2 weeks ago, that like $300 million sale that nuked the market 7%, but it is dwindling down. So very little sell pressure. That's good. But the sort of FOMO institutional buyers, that has not started. And I remember in 2018, as I showed in a graph earlier in the week, that kind of did start in the last 2 months of the bear market. You did see just random $100 million purchases that just, caused the market to raise 5, 6, 7% for no reason whatsoever. So that, when we start to see that, I think we'll probably start to see that within the next 2 weeks. But once we see those, that's a sign that we are on the home stretch, and then the market will enter the bull run phase soon. But I think probably I think we got probably a good full 2 months before the market is complete. The bear market is completely over. We shall see. Moving on, Terra Classic. So they have performed great the last couple weeks. Probably one of the top 2 or 3 performing coins in the top 100, maybe the best performing coin. So you probably heard a bunch about the 1.2% tax. So this basically means every transaction, so the off-exchange transactions, like when you just send Terra Luna Classic to somebody else, you're taxed 1.2%, and then that goes, I believe, mostly to the Terra Classic executive or the Terra Classic family burning those tokens. I don't believe it goes to any like operational expenses, but then The confusing part is, are exchanges supporting it or not? Meaning your trades and transactions on exchanges, then do you get the 1.2% tax taken out? So for trades on exchanges, they are not supporting it, meaning you are not taxed 1.2%. So any spot trade or futures trade on all the big exchanges, you don't get 1.2% taken out. But for withdrawals and deposits, so to send your Luna Classic onto an exchange or off an exchange to trade it, or you finish the trade, that is taxed 1.2%. So it's sort of a mixed bag right there. Hopefully that explains it to some people. Another hack, $160 million hack. This from an algorithmic market maker hack. Now this was kind of a weird one. It sort of looked like kind of a shopping spree sort of style hack. This hacker just sort of helped himself to a bunch of different coins, 90 different coins. Usually a hacker will target one specific company that has one specific coin, and they'll just help themselves to a bunch of that specific token. There's an algorithmic market maker, so they own a bunch of different tokens over 90. This hacker got in somehow and then took a total of $160 million from 90 different assets. They said it was no more than $1 to $2 million per asset, so just Christmas shopping spree style, apparently. I doubt they will get this back because there's just too many different tokens just spread across too many different amounts for them to get back. The company has tried to reach out to the hacker, do a white hacker sort of style, pay us back a little bit, we won't pursue you, but there's just too many tokens in his portfolio. It sounds a little bit too disorganized. I don't think that will happen. Last story of the day, SEC charges Ian Balina over an unregistered ICO in 2018. Now, this is an interesting case because the press release says he was paid $5 million to promote an ICO in 2018. He wasn't actually paid it. He was given private sale terms to purchase $5 million worth at significantly discounted terms. Usually private sales, sometimes anyone can join a private sale, sometimes only people who are associated with the team, like hedge funds who have a connection with the team, or influential friends, influencers. Sometimes only they can buy into the private sale because it is favorable terms, and that doesn't mean private sales are successful. And as Ian Balina has countered here, he says that he supposedly lost money from this ICO because the coin did not perform well after it hit exchanges. But it begs the question, so is getting favorable investment terms in a private sale is being granted that payment or not? It's like sort of yes, sort of no. Very tricky. And if you're not familiar with Ian Balina, he's been in the game for a while, the influencer game, since 2017. In the 2017 bull run, he was pretty much the number one, number two influencer, very influential. His name was everywhere. His stars sort of waned a little bit since then. He's still around. Props to him for consistency. He's just not quite as big as he was back in the day, but this appears to be the first problem of this nature that he has dealt with, so we'll see where that goes. Anyways, that's it for today. I'll be back with a new episode tomorrow. I will be going to the conference this afternoon and also tomorrow afternoon, but I will do an episode tomorrow morning at the usual time before the conference. See everyone then. Ben Crypto signing out. Later.